I'm David Way, candidate for District Court Judge in Lafayette Parish. I just want to take a moment to respond to my opponent's claims I had, quote, no criminal experience. Criminal experience comes in many forms. Since being sworn into the practice of law, I've had criminal experience as a law clerk handling hundreds of matters for the judges for whom I worked. In my private practice, I've also had criminal experience representing both victims and those accused of crimes as their cases have worked through both the civil and criminal courts. One of those cases was even within the last month. A few years ago, a judge requested I represent a criminal defendant pro bono. I honored the request as I felt it was my duty as an officer of the court. It was a very limited case with no motions as my client wanted to plead guilty from the start. And to correct my opponent's most recent false statement, I was indeed present with my client when we worked out a plea agreement with the assistant district attorney. When my opponent began running these false claims, I gave her the benefit of the doubt and assumed she just didn't know. So on September 20th, my campaign reached out to her campaign and asked for the false statements to stop. Spadoni refused. As such, if I wanted the false claims to stop, I had no choice but to file a complaint with the Judicial Campaign Oversight Committee of the Louisiana Supreme Court, not the Ethics Board. I did, and the committee agreed with me and ordered Spadoni to stop the false claims and issue a retraction. She has now done so. During this campaign, I've been hyper-vigilant about not exaggerating mine or my opponent's qualifications. I believe judicial candidates should be held to a much higher standard. I have always been open and honest about my experience. When people have asked, what is the fundamental difference between you and your opponent, I have said, I primarily have civil experience with limited criminal experience, and my opponent has had primarily criminal experience with limited civil experience. In fact, she's not even tried a single civil trial. I have tried many. That is the truth. It is what I have represented from the start, and all I ever hoped my opponent would. Thank you to everyone for your prayers and support, and please vote David Way on October 14th.